Folks, welcome to All In today. We're all about entrepreneurs. We're into a lot of things, but entrepreneurs especially. And our next guest has been an entrepreneur multiple times. He's done a lot of things, as he just told me off air. He's now into his third career. That's the one we're going to focus on, but I'm going to get a little background info on him as well. This is Mike Vinez. Mike, welcome.
Bryan, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the show. So the latest career, if you will, and you've been into this one now for over 8 years, Windows of Texas.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about Windows of Texas. Is that a computer term, Windows, like PC? Or?
Not quite.
Okay.
We're talking about residential replacement windows.
Residential replacement, of which I need, by the way.
I'm
the guy that's got the windows that are all foggy. I bet you've seen a few of those.
In your
career,
sir.
But you know how to help out with it.
Yes.
So we're going to go back to Windows of Texas in a sec, but what are the other two careers? I'm just curious. What did you do prior to this?
Well, right out of college, I was in public accounting for a few years.
Okay.
And then went into commercial real estate for a dozen years and became a licensed real estate broker, and then went back to graduate school, got enough hours to sit for my CPA exam, and I've been a CPA for almost 35 years.
So did you finally reach the point where you got tired of counting everybody else's money, you wanted to count your own?
Pretty much.
And that's where Windows of Texas comes in.
That's the genesis.
So that's been going on for 8 years now.
Yes.
And you're specifically residential side.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't do any storefronts or any commercial applications.
So all replacements? Do you do new construction as well?
We do new construction.
Oh, you do?
As well.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Primarily more replacement than new construction because the emphasis is on energy savings over just aesthetics.
You know, from time to time, I'll see, and maybe it's still current, I don't know, but I'll see where actually you can get a great deal of tax rebates or savings and stuff for replacing your windows. Is that still going on now?
Unfortunately,
I missed that boat.
The year before I started in business, it went away.
The year before you started business.
Timing is everything.
But maybe it'll come back.
Maybe it'll come back.
We don't know. You know, one thing I liked about you and your company, Mike, I was reading about you before you came in today. You're not locked into one manufacturer. You're the guy that will listen, and you don't try to cram the square peg in the round hole. That's a big deal. Because so many companies, not just in your industry and others, they just represent this, and by golly, they're going to convince me this is what I need. But you actually sit there and listen to see what they need because you have a whole variety of products. Is that fair?
That is true. That is true. I represent 10 different manufacturers.
Yes.
I sell all sorts of windows. 80% of what I sell is vinyl product, but I also sell wood, fiberglass, composite, even some aluminum.
Okay, but you'll match the products to that specific customer.
We try to take a...
Well, that's got to put you head and shoulders
Yes.
above other companies.
Yes. We don't use, as you just mentioned, the one-size-shoe-fits-all approach.
No, they don't. It doesn't. But by golly, some people fall for that. Next thing you know, you have this pretty window, and then it's leaking the first time it rains.
That's
All
true.
heck breaks out. But the other component is not just the hard part of the windows. Equally, if not more so important, is the installation process. And you put a lot of pride into that as far as who's going to install your products.
Absolutely. I have an exclusive arrangement with American Windows of DFW based in Fort Worth, and they install all of my windows. They are factory trained. That's all they do are windows and doors. They're a member of the Good Contractors list. I try to call this the team value approach, where we have a multiple layered redundancy, and I stand behind their work, they stand behind me, the Good Contractor stands behind them, and then the manufacturer ultimately, from a product standpoint, stands behind it all. And I don't know of any other of my competitors.
I was just thinking, I'm running through my head, I can't think of that. And my gosh, what a great team you've assembled.
We think so. We think we're unique. We're not a large company, so we have flexibility, we can be spontaneous, and we're service-minded.
Well, and along with being spontaneous, right there with it, you can make decisions quickly. Yes. You don't have to go up the food chain to other people. You are the decision maker.
Yes, I am.
But the other thing with your whole team working together like that, on the rare occasion that there is a mistake, and it's going to happen sometimes, you jump on it quickly. Go into that just a little bit.
Well, I had a customer a few years ago in Colleyville. He said, you know, Mike, it's not that you guys made a mistake, which we did. He says, it's how you handle that mistake. And we did so promptly and efficiently and with minimal disruption to the customer. Well,
and it's a big part of that whole team approach because you don't have everybody finger pointing on whose fault it is. It doesn't matter. It happened to this customer. We're all a part of this team. I love that team concept. And we're all collectively going to fix this and get on to the next one.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
Thank you.
So do you find in your business, do you do more replacement stuff or new stuff?
By far replacement.
I'm guessing replacements,
Yes.
yeah.
Many builders, they already have their window picked out.
Correct.
They can bundle that window product with the HVAC system and with the installation to pass code to get it inspected. So they choose not to maybe give that upgraded window a replacement grade versus a contractor grade window. And so they choose not to do that. A few do. I sell some wholesale to contractors. And
So you're on the wholesale end too,
yes,
working
I
with
do.
the contractors. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So with all the different types of businesses out here, we touched on the point, this is your third career here. So you had the commercial real estate, you had the accounting background. How did you pick the window business to jump in next?
I had a partner that was a window guy. He'd been in business for about a dozen years.
Okay.
And he and I started out together. And about 4 years ago, he was divorced. He went back to a high school reunion in Central Texas.
Yeah.
He met his whole sweetheart, who was also divorced. And she happened to live in Oklahoma. So
I'm guessing he lives in Oklahoma
he
now.
lives in
Just a
Oklahoma
hunch
now.
on my part.
So I bought him out, and now it's me. And so again, like you said, I can make my own decisions and be flexible and in the markets and in where I want to go.
Well, as a consumer, I love that because it's great to know that when I'm talking to Mike, if by chance something goes wrong, he's going to fix it. He's going to stand behind the product. He's going to stand behind the install. And being locked into one group of installation people, they're not out selling. All they do is install. You don't install. You're selling. And again, you're not just selling this one line. You're selling all these lines, and you're going to get me the product I need and get it installed by professionals that are certified and trained and know what the heck they're doing to get it in there. That's just the team. What did you call your team concept again?
Team value.
Team value. I love that. I mean, I wish more industries would do that as well.
Well, it's something that my install team and I came up with, and we try to implement it and be consistent. And that's another thing. Whatever you're doing, you need to be consistent.
Right. And hopefully you're consistent at this level. If you're consistently down here, you won't be doing it a long time, will you?
That's our goal.
That's so important. And again, not just in the window business, but whatever it may be out there. So how do you stay? There's always changes and everything. How do you stay on top? I mean, they're actually windows with gas in them, right? What do you do to stay on top of the latest, greatest products?
Well, most windows now, the insulated glass unit or IG unit, as they call it, has an inert gas inside of it. Most of it's argon. There is one manufacturer that I use in Fort Worth that has krypton gas. And it doesn't keep Superman out.
Yeah, I was going to say. I may not get that one at my house. No, won't be able to go. Can't come in the house, honey. It's the crypto glass.
And watch if your wife does that. But krypton is a heavier inert gas, so it's quieter. And that's argon and krypton are insulators, but they're primarily sound deadeners.
Okay.
So that's what that gas is for.
Well, but still, I mean, like in any industry, yours is no different. There's always stuff changing, but do you stay on top of all that?
We try.
How do you do that?
Innovation. Well, there's a lot of product information that's put out by the manufacturers. There's some industry associations that put out information. Anymore with the internet and other things,
it's easy to keep up.
It's easier to keep up, especially if you go to a trusted site.
But let's be honest though, Mike, if it was that easy, everybody would do it. Everybody doesn't. They keep selling the same product year by year by year. I want to work with Windows of Texas because you got the whole team thing. You know, you're representing all these different people. You've got a crew over here, a company full of crews on the install side, and then on top of that, you're staying on top of the technology and the innovations that come to pass in your industry. The whole thing together. Why would I look anywhere else? Maybe I won't.
That's a good answer.
Maybe I won't look anywhere else. That's Mike Vinez, Windows of Texas. Good Texas guy yourself, Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Right. I just like everything about you as a person, but the business and the team concept really hooked me in. Hope it's hooked them in as well. Thanks for coming in with us today. Learned a lot about the window business, specifically about Windows of Texas. Hope you learned a little bit as well. We all need to keep an eye on our windows. We didn't get into the cost savings with energy efficiency, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mike's the guy to help you out with that. Take care.